Maybe it's the organization of the inside, or the durability of the outside that makes someone want to buy a bag. But for me, the most important thing always seems to be about comfort, and I think this one here might be the most comfortable I've reviewed yet. This is the M38 travel backpack from Minimul. And Minimul is an Australian-based brand making minimal, aesthetically pleasing, and highly functional gear. They're a pretty new company. Their pre-orders actually just started shipping this week. And right now, they offer this backpack as well as some accessories that we'll look at in today's video. The M38 was created in collaboration with BagMe, which is basically a bag consultancy that helps companies design products and connect them with ethical factories for production, just like the one Minimul is using in Vietnam. If I were ever to make a bag, I'd probably use BagMe too, because all of their projects are of the highest quality. They have a great track record working with brands like Day Owl and Firo, which is actually the new bag from the Nomads Nation team. So if you love the Minimul M38 as much as I do, be sure to use the affiliate link in the description to snag one for yourself. So the M38 travel backpack is a pretty heavy-duty bag. The materials are super high-end, and the padding is like nothing I've seen on a travel backpack. Also, the organization is just next level. This all does come with its pros and cons though, which we'll discuss a little bit later on in the video. The Minimul M38 comes in at 21 by 13.75 by 7.1 inches for a total of 38 liters, which is a lot of space, but honestly, the bag never feels too overwhelming. It's carry-on compliant, so you'll be able to store it in the overhead bins on the plane. The bag does weigh 3.68 pounds, which will immediately turn some people off because of how heavy it is. However, this is because the bag is made with those thick, high-end materials, including 840D Cordura ballistic nylon with polycarbonate coating for the exterior, and a custom 75D x 150D ripstop polyester for the interior lining. The bag also features premium Woojin hardware, YKK lockable zippers, Darlington mesh, double bonded lycra, and Glim Air mesh. The backpack comes in one colorway, which is the black that you see here, and it features a lifetime warranty on any manufacturing defects. The M38 ships worldwide and will set you back $299 US. So let's pack this thing up for a 2-week trip. And everyone's going to pack differently, so be sure to envision what you would bring along as you watch me pack this thing out. I always pack 1 week's worth of clothes for a 2-week trip, and then do sink laundry about halfway through. So let's start by going over the exterior of the bag. And I love this black on black branding featured on the front of the bag. It's subtle, but it looks elegant and it blends in super nicely. The orange padding on the back of the bag adds some dimension. And as you can see, this padding is just so plush. You'll find a thick vertical luggage pass-through, as well as a sternum strap on this backside of the bag. The back panel is also going to have a couple hidden pockets in here, and you can also add on a waist strap if you need a little more support. There's a large water bottle pocket on the left side of the bag, and a standard handle on the right. You also have a magnetic handle on the top, which is a very cool feature. So let's start by packing out the main compartment of this bag, starting with my DOP kit. And here I'm using Minimul's DOP kit, which is made with those same high-end materials as the backpack. And I'll place this in the little bottom pocket of the front flap. And this actually splits space with the front quick access pocket. And this pocket really seems to be made for a DOP kit since it's the exact amount of space for one. Next, I'll add in my large packing cube from Minimul, and this will hold 5 t-shirts, 2 sweatshirts, 1 pair of travel pants, and 1 pair of athletic shorts. Next is going to be my medium-sized packing cube from Minimul, and this is going to hold 7 pairs of boxer briefs. Also, I'll bring my small packing cube from Minimul, which is going to hold 7 pairs of socks. And then I'll finish things up in this main pocket by adding in a packable travel tote, which was made by Minimul in collaboration with the brand Day Owl. Moving to the back tech compartment of the bag, let's start off by adding my MacBook Pro. And this laptop sleeve is so nice back here. The padding is unbelievable. And now, this is a pretty heavy-duty tech compartment with tons of organization. And to be honest, it's way too much for what I usually carry, so I'm just going to add in what I usually bring along in here, but it might be a little bare compared to what others bring. So the skinny sleeve here is going to fit my Nintendo Switch perfectly. And other than that, I'm going to add in some chargers and some cords, as well as my laundry strips so that I can do sink laundry on the trip. Now, let's finish up this pack by adding all of my accessories to the front quick access pocket. And I'll start with my Hobonichi Techo planner and a pen. I'll put that in this padded pocket. And this pocket's great because you could actually fit an iPad mini or a Kindle in here pretty nicely. Next, I'm going to bring my little pocket camcorder from Heyday. I'll also throw in my sunglasses from Ray-Ban. And my headphones from Sony. And then lastly, I'm going to put my keys on the dedicated key leash. So let's quickly look at the pros and cons of this bag. So starting with the pros, and pro number 1 is going to be comfort. And like I've been saying throughout this video, this bag is so comfortable. You barely even notice it's on your back, to be honest, when you're carrying it, and that's really important, especially for a longer trip where you are packing a good amount of things in your backpack. The second pro is going to be the quality of the bag, and this thing is made with really nice high-end materials, and this bag is really going to last you a long time. And then the third pro is going to be the design of the bag. I love the subtle branding on this thing. I love that there's really only kind of 3 main compartments because you really don't need much else than that. So the design is really thoughtful, and I think it's a really beautiful bag. Now let's talk about the cons a little bit. And con number 1, which I'm going to get a ton of comments about, is the weight of the bag. At almost 3.7 pounds, this thing is heavy, and definitely it's something to think about when purchasing this bag. The second con is going to be the price. This thing is almost $300, and for a bag like this, I mean, I can justify that because I know all of the materials and the cost that went into it, so it does make sense for a bag like this. However, there are bags this size from brands like TomTok that you're going to be able to buy for a third of the price. So it's really up to the individual who's buying the bag. So now let's just quickly talk about who this bag is for. And in my opinion, this is going to be a great bag for trips that are over 1 week long. I wouldn't use this as a weekender bag because I think it's a little too large, especially if you're looking to do that weekend personal item travel. This is just going to be way too big for that. It also feels a little too big for an EDC bag, and while it does have a great tech compartment, I don't know about bringing this around day to day. I think it's pretty large at 38 liters for an EDC bag. So yeah, for this bag, I mean, I'd stick to those 1 to 2 week trips. I think this is going to be a really perfect bag for that. But I want to know, what do you think of the Minimul M38 travel bag? I want to know if you think these pros or cons are correct, if you think this is the right kind of bag for 2 week travel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, I just want to say, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Also, here's what I've been listening to.